Ancient enigmas. Mysteries of the Great Pyramid and Mohenjo-Daro. Some monuments rise high. Others lie hidden, and a few were never meant to be discovered. What starts as simple ruins or strange formations often unravels into a series of questions that modern science struggles to answer. From stones carved with uncanny precision to untouched tombs sealed for millennia, the remnants of ancient societies offer more than just shattered walls. They challenge our understanding of history. Each lost city, buried chamber, or undeciphered script whispers a possibility. What if we're overlooking something crucial? What if the tools we think they lacked existed in ways we can't yet comprehend? These mysteries aren't just about the past. They are about what we still don't know about humanity itself. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a marvel of precision. The Great Pyramid of Giza, standing on the Giza Plateau near modern-day Cairo, has captivated humanity for centuries as a testament to ancient Egyptian ingenuity. Its sheer scale, built with over 2 million stone blocks, some weighing several tons, continues to astonish. Yet, it's the precision of its construction that sparks the most debate among historians and archaeologists. The pyramid's sides, each roughly 230 meters long, are nearly identical, varying by mere centimeters. Its corners align almost perfectly with the cardinal directions, a feat that seems to defy the basic tools we assumed the ancient builders had. Early theories suggested that the Egyptians relied on trial and error methods, but recent studies point to more sophisticated techniques, possibly involving astronomical observations. Tools like the Merkhet, an early star tracking device, and simple plumb bobs for measuring angles hint at a deep understanding of geometry and the night sky. Some researchers propose that advanced mathematics played a role far beyond what was initially credited to the Egyptians. The pyramid's alignment might have been guided by the sun's shadows or specific stars. Though no single method has been proven, the interior adds to the enigma. The King's Chamber, Queen's Chamber, and Grand Gallery showcase deliberate design, with massive 50-ton blocks placed with precision that baffles modern engineers. Some believe the layout reflects spiritual beliefs tied to the afterlife, while others argue it was practical, meant to deter tomb robbers with decoy passages. Theories about construction methods, like the use of straight or spiral ramps to haul stones, fail to fully explain the accuracy. Even a slight error in the base alignment could have thrown off the entire structure, yet the pyramid stands with near-perfect symmetry. Modern technology, like Muon tomography, has revealed hidden voids within the pyramid, sparking new questions. Are these structural spaces or undiscovered chambers? The blocks themselves, quarried from nearby limestone deposits, were held together with a unique, durable mortar not found elsewhere in Egypt, suggesting the builders experimented with materials. Some speculate they used water trenches to create a level baseline, though no direct evidence remains. The pyramid's original casing stones, polished limestone that once gleamed in the desert sun, are mostly gone, stripped for later construction in Cairo, leaving us to imagine its former brilliance. Mainstream archaeology attributes the pyramid's construction to a disciplined workforce under Pharaoh Khufu, supported by a stable society capable of organizing thousands of laborers, architects, and artisans. Evidence of nearby workers' villages, complete with bakeries and living quarters, supports this view. Yet, the precision remains a mystery. While some fringe theories suggest extraterrestrial involvement, experts dismiss these, pointing to the Egyptians' proven engineering skills. The Great Pyramid stands as a symbol of human ingenuity, its secrets still fueling curiosity and debate. Mohenjo-Daro, an ancient city ahead of its time. In what is now Pakistan, the ancient city of Mohenjo-Daro thrived around 2500 BCE as part of the Indus Valley Civilization, a contemporary of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. Unlike the towering pyramids of Egypt, Mohenjo-Daro impresses with its urban sophistication, particularly its advanced drainage system and city planning, which challenge assumptions about Bronze Age societies. Excavated in the 1920s, the city revealed a grid-like layout with standardized baked bricks, suggesting a uniform system of measurement. Streets intersected at right angles, a feature more akin to modern urban design than ancient settlements. The most striking discovery was the drainage system. Covered channels ran alongside streets, connected to households, and carried wastewater away, minimizing disease, a rare feat for the time. Access points in the drains likely allowed for maintenance, hinting at a coordinated effort to keep the system functional. The Great Bath, a large, watertight structure in the Citadel area, points to the importance of water in the culture. Lined with bitumen to prevent leaks, it may have served as a communal or ritual space, with steps leading into the pool and drainage channels to refresh the water. Private homes often had bathrooms and toilets linked to the sewer system, while personal and public wells ensured access to clean water. This integrated approach to water management reflects a society that valued hygiene and organization. Unlike the centralized monarchies of Egypt, Mohenjo-Daro shows no clear signs of a dominant ruler or grand palace. The uniformity of its design suggests collective decision-making or a governance system we don't yet understand, especially since the Indus script remains undeciphered. The city's planned layout, with multi-story buildings and flood-resistant walls, indicates a mastery of civil engineering, possibly influenced by the need to manage the Indus River's seasonal floods. Mohenjo-Daro's decline around 1900 BCE remains a mystery, possibly due to climate shifts, river changes, or invasions. Buried under sediment for centuries, its rediscovery revealed a civilization that rivaled its contemporaries in sophistication. The drainage system, in particular, highlights a focus on communal well-being, setting a standard that many later societies failed to match. Without deciphered texts, the motivations behind such achievements remain speculative, but the physical evidence speaks to a society that prioritized order and innovation. Echoes of the past, the Great Pyramid and Mohenjo-Daro remind us that ancient civilizations were capable of feats that still confound us today. Their precision, planning, and ingenuity challenge our assumptions about the past, leaving us to wonder, how much knowledge have we lost to time? Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think these ancient builders knew that we've yet to rediscover? Let's keep unraveling history's greatest mysteries together. Unraveled Secrets, Mohenjo-Daro, Easter Island, and Tiwanaku Mysteries. Ancient structures whisper tales of ingenuity and mystery, offering glimpses into civilizations that thrived thousands of years ago. From advanced urban planning to monumental feats of engineering, these sites challenge our understanding of what ancient peoples were capable of achieving. Let's dive into the enigmatic drainage systems of Mohenjo-Daro, the transportation puzzle of Easter Island's Maui, and the precision stonework of Tiwanaku and Pumapunku. Mohenjo-Daro, a masterpiece of ancient urban design. Mohenjo-Daro, once a thriving hub of the Indus Valley civilization in modern-day Pakistan, flourished around 2500 BCE. Its ruins, uncovered in the 1920s, reveal a city far ahead of its time, particularly in its urban planning and sanitation. The streets, laid out in a precise grid, were lined with covered drainage channels that carried wastewater away from homes, an impressive feat for a Bronze Age society. These drains, often connected to household bathrooms, reflect a focus on hygiene that was rare for the era, likely reducing disease and supporting a healthier population. The city's uniformity, with standardized brick sizes and right-angled streets, suggests a high level of organization and possibly a centralized authority, though no grand palaces or temples have been found to confirm this. The Great Bath, a watertight structure, may have served as a communal or ritual space, further emphasizing the importance of water management. Despite its sophistication, Mohenjo-Daro's decline around 1900 BCE, possibly due to environmental changes or invasions, left many questions unanswered. Without deciphered texts, the city's drainage system stands as a silent testament to the Indus Valley's ingenuity, proving that advanced urban engineering existed across diverse ancient cultures. Easter Island. The Moai transport enigma Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, is renowned for its towering Moai statues, carved by Polynesian settlers who arrived around 1200 CE. These massive figures, some weighing over 80 tons, were sculpted from volcanic stone at the Rano Raku quarry and transported miles to ceremonial platforms called ahu. The mystery lies in how the islanders moved these colossal statues across rugged terrain without modern machinery, draft animals, or wheels. Several theories have emerged. One suggests the use of wooden sleds or rollers made from the island's once abundant palm trees, allowing the Moai to be dragged to their destinations. Another proposes a walking method, where the statues were rocked side to side while upright, using ropes to guide their movement. The diversity in Moai sizes and the varied distances they traveled imply that the islanders likely adapted their methods, based on terrain, perhaps using sleds on hilly paths and the walking technique on flatter ground. Evidence like abandoned statues along ancient trails, some broken or left mid-journey, offers clues but no definitive answers. The Moai, often adorned with red stone hats called puka, were likely symbols of ancestral protection, facing inland to watch over villages. Their creation and placement reflect a deep cultural reverence, but the effort may have contributed to the island's challenges. Deforestation, possibly from clearing trees for transport, combined with European contact, diseases, and 19th century slave raids led to a population decline. Modern Rapa Nui descendants continue to honor the Moai, balancing tourism with preservation. The statues stand as a testament to human creativity, their transport mystery a reminder of the resilience and innovation of a small, isolated society. Tiwanaku and Pumapunku. Precision in the Andes on the high plateau near Lake Titicaca in Bolivia, the ancient sites of Tiwanaku and Pumapunku reveal the sophistication of a civilization that thrived before fading around 1000 CE. Tiwanaku, a religious and political center, supported a large population through innovative raised field agriculture, using canals to manage water and protect crops from frost. The Akapana Pyramid, a stepped structure with internal drainage, and the Kalasasaya courtyard, featuring the intricately carved Gateway of the Sun, showcase deliberate design. The gateway's reliefs, depicting a central figure with staffs, hint at spiritual beliefs, though their exact meaning remains debated. Pumapunku, often considered part of the Tiwanaku complex, is known for its massive stone blocks, some weighing tens of tons cut with astonishing precision. H-shaped blocks and smooth surfaces fit together like puzzle pieces, with angles so exact that modern stonemasons marvel at the skill required. Crafted from andesite and sandstone, these stones were quarried miles away and transported to the site, a feat made more challenging by the high altitude's thin air. The lack of advanced tools in the archaeological record fuels speculation about how such precision was achieved. Though mainstream theories point to skilled craftsmanship and simple instruments, Tiwanaku's organized layout, with water channels and stone courtyards, reflects a society that blended practicality with spiritual expression. While the absence of written records leaves much unknown, the architectural legacy suggests a culture with advanced engineering and a deep connection to its environment. Pumapunku's stonework, in particular, continues to captivate, raising questions about the tools and techniques of the ancient Andes. Reflections on the past. Mohenjo-Daro, Easter Island, and Tiwanaku each highlight the ingenuity of ancient peoples, From urban sanitation to monumental engineering, their mysteries, whether in drainage systems, statue transport, or precision stonework, remind us that history holds countless untold stories. What do you think these civilizations knew that we've yet to uncover? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep exploring the secrets of our ancient world. Ancient enigmas, Indus script, Baghdad battery, Antikythera mechanism, and Sacsayhuaman ancient civilizations left behind mysteries that continue to baffle researchers and captivate our imagination. From undeciphered scripts to advanced technologies, these artifacts and sites challenge our understanding of the past. Let's explore the Indus Valley script, the Baghdad battery, the Antikythera mechanism, and the monumental stonework of Sacsayhuaman in Peru. The Indus Valley script, a linguistic puzzle. The Indus Valley civilization, spanning modern-day Pakistan and northwest India, developed a mysterious writing system that remains undeciphered. Known as the Indus script, it appears on small seal stones, often alongside animal motifs like bulls, elephants, or unicorn-like figures. These inscriptions, typically just a few symbols long, lack the length needed to identify clear linguistic patterns, making translation elusive. The absence of a bilingual text like the Rosetta Stone, which unlocked Egyptian hieroglyphs, further complicates efforts. Scholars propose various theories about the script's nature. Some suggest it encodes a Dravidian language, citing geographic ties to modern South Indian languages and possible shared word roots. Others argue it might be an early Indo-European language, potentially linked to later Vedic culture. A third perspective questions whether it's a writing system at all, proposing it as a set of religious or clan symbols for identification rather than language. The short inscriptions support this idea as they may not convey full sentences. Excavations at cities like Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro reveal advanced urban planning, with grid-like streets, sanitation systems, and standardized weights, indicating a sophisticated society. The script's presence on seals suggests administrative uses, possibly for trade or property marking, though without translation, this remains speculative. Computational analyses and comparisons to other ancient scripts, like Proto-Elamite, have yielded no definitive matches. The civilization's decline around 1900 BCE, possibly due to climate change or shifting rivers, left no continuous script tradition, adding to the challenge. Advances in machine learning may one day uncover hidden patterns, but for now, the Indus script remains a tantalizing enigma, hinting at a lost language and culture. The Baghdad battery, ancient electricity? In the early 20th century, archaeologists near Baghdad unearthed curious clay jars known as the Baghdad batteries, dating to the Parthian or Sassanid periods. Each jar, about the size of a fist, contains a copper cylinder and an iron rod sealed with bitumen. This setup resembles a galvanic cell, a basic battery. When filled with an acidic liquid like vinegar, replicas produce a small voltage, around 1 to 2 volts, sparking debate about their purpose. Some researchers, inspired by Willem Knig's early hypothesis, suggest these jars were used for electroplating, depositing thin layers of metal like gold onto objects. This theory aligns with Mesopotamia's advanced metalwork, though no clear evidence of electroplating workshops exists. Others propose medicinal or ritual uses, noting ancient cultures often explored natural phenomena for healing or symbolic purposes. A mild electric shock might have been interpreted as divine. Skeptics argue the jars were likely storage vessels for scrolls or offerings, with the metal components serving symbolic roles tied to local beliefs about metals and celestial forces. The lack of wiring, circuits, or textual references to electricity weakens the battery theory. Mesopotamia, a hub of innovation with cuneiform writing and ziggurats, might have stumbled upon electrochemical principles, but the jar's small voltage and inconsistent designs suggest limited practical use. Their intrigue lies in what they reveal about ancient experimentation, reminding us that past societies were more inventive than often assumed, even if their discoveries didn't lead to widespread technology. The Antikythera mechanism, an ancient computer, discovered in 1901 in a Roman shipwreck off the Greek island of Antikythera. The Antikythera mechanism is a marvel of ancient engineering. Initially a corroded lump of bronze and wood, advanced imaging like CT scans revealed over 30 interlocking gears, inscriptions, and dials. This device, often called the world's first analog computer, tracks celestial movements including the sun, moon, and possibly planets with remarkable accuracy. The mechanism predicted lunar phases, solar eclipses using the 18-year Saros cycle, and zodiac positions, reflecting a deep understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and engineering. Its inscription served as a user manual detailing how to operate its dials. Theories suggest it originated in Rhodes, known for astronomical instruments, or was influenced by figures like Archimedes, though its creator remains unknown. Found on a cargo ship, it might have been en route to a scholar or elite. But its rarity, only one such device survives, suggests it was a specialized, costly invention. The Antikythera mechanism challenges assumptions about ancient technology, showing that sophisticated mechanical devices existed centuries before expected. It highlights the Greeks' advanced astronomical knowledge, likely built on Babylonian traditions, and raises questions about lost innovations. Modern replicas demonstrate its functionality, simulating ancient skies, while its discovery underscores how shipwrecks can preserve history's hidden gems, offering a glimpse into the brilliance of the past. Sacsayhuaman. Inca stonework mastery near Cusco, Peru. Sacsayhuaman is a stunning Inca site from the 5th–10th century, often described as a fortress but likely serving ceremonial and military roles. Its defining feature is its massive stone walls, built without mortar, using blocks weighing up to 100 tons. These stones, some with over a dozen angles, fit together so tightly that a piece of paper can't slide between them, showcasing Inca engineering prowess. Built during the height of the Inca Empire, with Cusco as its capital, Sacsayhuaman's elevated position suggests strategic and symbolic importance. The stone's interlocking polygonal design enhances seismic stability, a critical feature in earthquake-prone Peru. The Inca, lacking iron tools, wheels, or draft animals, likely used ropes, inclined planes, and large labor forces organized through the Mita system, a form of mandatory public service. Thousands of workers quarried, transported, and shaped the stones, possibly using logs as rollers or pulleys. No evidence is scarce. The precision of the stonework, with each block custom cut to fit its neighbors, reflects advanced knowledge of load distribution and architectural design. This craftsmanship ensured the wall's durability, surviving centuries of natural disasters and invasions. Sacsayhuaman stands as a testament to the Incas' organizational skills and engineering ingenuity, leaving us in awe of their ability to create enduring monuments with limited technology. Unraveling the past. The Indus script, Baghdad Battery, Antikythera mechanism, and Sacsayhuaman reveal the depth of ancient innovation. Whether through mysterious symbols, potential electricity, mechanical astronomy, or monumental architecture, these civilizations pushed boundaries in ways that still intrigue us. What secrets do you think remain buried in the ancient world? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep exploring history's greatest mysteries. Ancient wonders. Sacsayhuaman, Olmec heads, and the Maya collapse. The ancient world is filled with remarkable feats and enduring mysteries. From the precision stonework of the Inca to the colossal sculptures of the Olmec and the enigmatic decline of the Maya, These civilizations showcase human ingenuity and resilience. Let's explore the engineering marvel of Sacsayhuaman, the iconic Olmec colossal heads, and the complex factors behind the Maya collapse. Sacsayhuaman, Inca engineering excellence. Perched above Cusco, Peru, Sacsayhuaman is a 5th-10th century Inca site often labeled a fortress, though it likely served both ceremonial and defensive purposes. Its most striking feature is its massive stone walls, constructed without mortar, using blocks weighing over 100 tons. These stones fit together with such precision that even a thin sheet of paper can slip between them, a testament to Inca craftsmanship. Built during the Inca Empire's peak, with Cusco as its capital, Sacsayhuaman's strategic location and imposing walls symbolize the empire's power. The stones, shaped into irregular polygonal forms like trapezoids or multi-angled blocks, enhance seismic stability, a crucial feature in earthquake-prone Peru. The Inca, lacking iron tools, wheels, or draft animals, likely used harder stone tools or bronze chisels, hammering and refining each block through a meticulous process of fitting, marking, and chipping. Large labor forces, organized via the MITA system of mandatory public service, moved the stones using ropes, inclined planes, or possibly log rollers, though evidence for the latter is limited. Sacsayhuaman also hosted major rituals like the Inti Raymi festival honoring the sun god Inti, which continues today. Its central area once included towers and storehouses, though much was dismantled by Spanish colonizers for building materials. Spanish chroniclers, awestruck by the construction, often attributed it to supernatural forces, unable to fathom how the Inca achieved such feats with basic tools. Modern studies reveal the Incas' practical techniques, integrating the site with the natural landscape, such as the hillside contours, and bedrock, reflecting their cosmological belief in the harmony of nature and human creation. Tunnels and carved outcrops nearby suggest additional ceremonial roles. The site's resilience against earthquakes, compared to the collapse of Spanish colonial structures, highlights its engineering brilliance. Whether this seismic resistance was intentional or a byproduct of using large, interlocking stones remains debated. Today, Sacsayhuaman attracts global visitors who marvel at the towering blocks some taller than a person and ponder the Incas' logistical prowess. Local guides share oral traditions of stones imbued with spiritual energy, reflecting the Inca view of a sacred, interconnected world. Ongoing research, including 3D scanning and tool mark analysis, continues to unravel the site's construction secrets, cementing its legacy as a pinnacle of pre-Columbian innovation. Olmec colossal heads, monuments of a mother culture, the Olmec civilization, thriving in south-central Mexico, is often called the mother culture of Mesoamerica, influencing later societies like the Maya and Aztecs. Their most iconic legacy is the colossal heads' massive basalt sculptures, some nearly 3 meters tall and weighing several tons, offering a window into their artistry and societal structure. Carved from basalt quarried in the Tuxtla Mountains, these heads were transported across rivers, swamps, and rainforests to Olmec centers like San Lorenzo and La Venta. This feat likely involved rafts or rolling logs, requiring significant labor and organization, indicative of a complex political system. Artisans then shaped the basalt using stone tools, a labor-intensive process involving carving, polishing, and detailing at the installation site. The heads feature individualized facial features, broad faces, thick lips, and distinctive headdresses, possibly helmets or crowns, suggesting they depict specific rulers rather than deities. Details like ear ornaments and facial expressions hint at social status or lineage, serving as political symbols or commemorations. The heads blend human and supernatural elements, with some headdresses bearing animal motifs tied to religious beliefs, a common Mesoamerican theme where rulers bridged the earthly and divine. Theories suggest they honored deceased leaders, acted as protective guardians, or marked territorial claims. Around 17 heads have been found, varying in style but sharing Olmec artistic traits. Some were buried or recarved, possibly reflecting shifts in power or ritual practices. The Olmec's rudimentary script, seen on other monuments, remains undeciphered, leaving the head's exact purpose speculative. The effort invested in these sculptures highlights the Olmec's social stratification, with laborers, artisans, and elites collaborating under centralized authority. Their trade networks, evidenced by jade and obsidian artifacts, and agricultural base of maize, fishing, and hunting, supported such projects. The head's bat spout material may have held symbolic value, emphasizing the Olmec's influence across a challenging tropical environment. Displayed in museums today, these sculptures continue to captivate, revealing the sophistication of one of Mesoamerica's earliest complex societies. The Maya collapse, a multifaceted decline. The Maya civilization, flourishing from 250 to 900 CE across modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, and El Salvador, is renowned for its advancements in astronomy, mathematics, architecture, and art. Yet the so-called classic Maya collapse between the 8th and 10th centuries saw the decline of their southern lowland city-states, marked by abandoned cities, halted monumental construction, and jungle-overgrown temples. This wasn't a sudden disappearance, but a gradual transformation, with northern centers like Chichen Itza persisting longer. Early explorers of sites like Tikal and Palenque were struck by the eerie abandonment pyramids and stelae swallowed by rainforest, hinting at a lost civilization. Deciphered glyphs later revealed a complex society of city-states, dynastic rulers, and rituals, but the collapse's causes remain debated. Warfare and political fragmentation likely played a role, as inscriptions record conflicts and conquests between city-states. Escalating dynastic rivalries disrupted trade, agriculture, and civic projects, potentially driving populations to flee urban centers, weakening the labor force needed for large-scale activities. Environmental degradation is another factor. The Maya relied on slash-and-burn agriculture, sustainable at low population densities. However, as cities grew, deforestation around urban hubs like Tikal may have reduced rainfall, altered local climates, and strained water supplies. Archaeological evidence suggests this led to unreliable irrigation, making cities vulnerable to famine, especially during droughts. Climate studies, using lake sediments and stalagmites, confirm severe droughts in the late Classic period, devastating for regions dependent on seasonal rain and rainwater storage. Despite sophisticated water management reservoirs, canals, and terraces, these droughts may have overwhelmed even the Mayas' adaptive strategies. Socio-political factors also contributed. Maya kings, seen as semi-divine intermediaries ensuring cosmic balance, led rituals to secure fertility and rain. Repeated failures in these duties, amid drought or war, could have eroded their legitimacy, leading to ideological crises. Populations may have abandoned city centers for smaller, more sustainable communities, while northern regions like the Yucatan saw new power centers emerge, such as Chichen Itza and later Mayapan. The collapse, likely a mix of environmental, political, and social pressures, highlights the complexity of the Maya story, a civilization that adapted and evolved even as its greatest cities faded into the jungle. Reflecting on ancient legacies, Sacsayhuaman, the Olmec colossal heads, and the Maya collapse reveal the brilliance and challenges of ancient societies. From the Inca as seismic-resistant stonework to the Olmec's monumental portraits and the Maya's intricate downfall, these cultures navigated their environments with ingenuity and resilience. What do you think drove these civilizations to create such lasting wonders or led to their decline? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep uncovering the secrets of the past. Ancient Mysteries, Maya Legacy, Dirinkyu, Piri Race Map, and Etruscan language. The ancient world holds countless enigmas that continue to captivate us. From the enduring legacy of the Maya to the subterranean marvel of Dirinkyu, the intriguing Piri Race Map, and the elusive Etruscan language, these stories reveal the ingenuity and challenges of past civilizations. Let's delve into these mysteries and uncover their significance. The Maya Legacy. A living culture, the Maya civilization, peaking during the Classic period, is often associated with a dramatic collapse around 900 CE when many southern lowland city-states declined. However, this wasn't a disappearance but a transformation. Millions of Maya descendants still live in Central America, preserving languages, traditions, and cultural identities rooted in their ancient past, adapted to modern times. This continuity challenges the outdated narrative that the Maya vanished entirely, emphasizing their resilience and ongoing contributions to Mesoamerican culture. The Classic period's decline involved the abandonment of major urban centers like Tikal, with monumental construction halting and jungles reclaiming temples. Factors like warfare, environmental stress, overpopulation, and prolonged droughts likely converged, varying by region. Some cities faded while northern centers like Chichen Itza thrived longer, reshaping religious and political structures. Modern technologies such as LiDAR mapping reveal hidden infrastructure roads, agricultural networks, and water systems offering insights into the Maya's population density and resilience. These findings refine our understanding of how a civilization renowned for its astronomy, pyramids, and hieroglyphs navigated such sweeping changes, highlighting the delicate balance between resource management, political stability, and environmental adaptability. Dirinkyu, a subterranean sanctuary in Turkey's Cappadocia region known for its fairy chimney rock formations, lies Dirinkyu, an extraordinary underground city carved into soft volcanic tuff. Among the deepest of Cappadocia's subterranean complexes, Dirinkyu, meaning deep well, extends multiple levels below ground, possibly dating to the Phrygians or earlier Hittite inhabitants. Its primary purpose was likely refuge during invasions, a necessity in a region along major trade routes facing waves of conflict. Entire communities, including early Christians fleeing persecution, could retreat underground, sealing entrances with massive millstone-like doors to deter invaders. The city features chapels with religious carvings alongside wineries, oil presses, stables, and communal kitchens with soot-stained ceilings indicating prolonged habitation. Ventilation shafts, some as deep as the city itself, ensured fresh air, while wells tapped into underground water sources and channels managed waste. This self-sufficient design allowed residents to survive for extended periods, with the tuff's insulating properties maintaining stable temperatures year-round, ideal for food storage and comfort. Rediscovered in the 1960s when a local man found a tunnel behind his home, Dirinkyu now draws tourists and researchers. Its vast network, spanning kilometers, reflects centuries of use from pre-classical to medieval times. The city's scale underscores human adaptability, turning a challenging environment into a hidden sanctuary. Ongoing archaeological work aims to map its full extent, potentially uncovering more levels, while comparisons with other Cappadocian sites like Haymakak reveal a regional tradition of underground living, showcasing ancient strategies for survival and resilience. The Piri Race Map, a cartographic enigma. Compiled in 1513 by Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri Reis, this map, discovered in 1929 at Istanbul's Topkapi Palace, depicts the coasts of Europe, North Africa, Brazil, and possibly parts of the New World with surprising detail. Drawn on gazelle skin parchment, it's likely a fragment of a larger chart. Piri Reis claimed to use diverse sources, including maps from Alexander the Great's era, Arab, and Portuguese records, and possibly charts from Christopher Columbus' voyages, raising questions about geographic knowledge in the early 16th century. The map's most debated feature is a southern coastline some interpret as an ice-free Antarctica, suggesting ancient mariners mapped it before its ice cover formed. Mainstream scholars dismiss this, attributing the coastline to distorted depictions of South America or speculative geography typical of the Age of Discovery, when mapmakers filled unknown regions with guesses or myths. Piri Reis, a respected Ottoman figure, had access to a wealth of maritime knowledge through the empire's trade networks, blending Islamic, Greek, and European data. His accompanying text, Kitab Ibari, details his sources and navigational insights. The map's accuracy in known regions, like South America's eastern coast, contrasts with distortions elsewhere, reflecting the era's mix of observation and imagination. It highlights the Ottoman Empire's cartographic sophistication, challenging the idea that Renaissance Europe dominated mapmaking. Housed in the Topkapi Palace Museum, the map remains a historical artifact, blending artistry with intrigue, and continues to spark debate about the extent of ancient geographic knowledge, though its mysteries likely stem from the era's fluid exchange of information rather than lost civilizations. The Etruscan language, an unlocked riddle. The Etruscans, flourishing in central Italy from the 8th to 3rd century BCE, left a lasting cultural imprint on the Romans, influencing their religious practices, architecture, and symbols of authority. Yet, their language remains a puzzle. Despite numerous inscriptions on tombs, pottery, and artifacts, only fragments like names and ritual terms have been deciphered. The Etruscan language doesn't fit into the Indo-European family, unlike Latin or Greek, and may be a linguistic isolate lacking clear relatives, which unveiled mysteries, Etruscan script, Atlantis myth, Costa Rican spheres, and Chinese tombs, ancient civilizations continue to intrigue us with their unsolved mysteries. From the undeciphered Etruscan script to the legendary Atlantis, the enigmatic stone spheres of Costa Rica, and the ancient burial mounds near Xi'an, these remnants of the past reveal the depth of human ingenuity and the challenges of understanding history. Let's dive into these fascinating enigmas. Etruscan script, a linguistic enigma. The Etruscans, who flourished in central Italy from the 8th to 3rd century BCE, significantly influenced Roman culture, contributing to religious practices, architecture, and governance. However, their language remains a mystery. Despite numerous inscriptions on tombs, ceramics, and artifacts, only fragments such as names and ritual phrases have been deciphered. Etruscan doesn't belong to the Indo-European language family, unlike Latin or Greek, and may be a linguistic isolate, complicating efforts to translate it fully. The Etruscans used a script adapted from the Greek alphabet, making the characters recognizable, but the meanings of words, grammar, and syntax remain elusive. The longest known text, the Liber Linteus, found on mummy wrappings, likely details religious rituals, but its full translation is still debated. The absence of a substantial bilingual text, unlike the Rosetta Stone for Egyptian hieroglyphs, hinders progress, as does the scarcity of detailed records, diminished by Roman assimilation, tomb looting, and urban development over centuries. Modern computational tools analyze symbol frequencies and word patterns, offering potential insights into grammar, but the lack of context limits their effectiveness. A significant breakthrough could come from new archaeological finds, such as a lengthy bilingual inscription or a trove of Etruscan writings. Until then, the language obscures a direct window into Etruscan beliefs, social structures, and trade networks. Their legacy, visible in vibrant tomb art, necropolises like Cerveteri, and exquisite craftsmanship, underscores their cultural richness, while the undeciphered script remains a poignant reminder of how fragile historical knowledge can be when a civilization fades. The Atlantis myth, allegory or lost civilization. The story of Atlantis, first described by Plato in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, tells of a powerful island empire beyond the Pillars of Hercules. Known for its wealth, advanced society, and naval strength, Atlantis sank into the sea after a catastrophic event, interpreted by many scholars as a moral allegory. Plato portrays Atlantis as a once virtuous society corrupted by greed, destroyed by divine wrath to illustrate the dangers of hubris and the importance of justice, a theme common in ancient tales like the biblical flood. Despite its likely allegorical nature, Atlantis has fueled speculation about a real lost civilization. Plato's timeline, placing its fall 9,000 years before his time, predates most known societies, leading some to suggest numerical errors or exaggeration. Theories propose locations from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean, with the Thera eruption in the Aegean, a volcanic event that devastated the Minoan civilization, as a popular candidate. However, Thera's Mediterranean location contradicts Plato's Atlantic setting, leaving the theory contested. Other hypotheses point to the Azores or underwater structures near Cuba, but mainstream archaeology finds no concrete evidence. No artifacts or sites match Plato's description of concentric canals and harbors. Oceanographic surveys of the Atlantic reveal no large sunken landmass, and geological features like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge predate human history by millions of years. Atlantis persists in popular culture, often embellished with modern ideas of advanced technology not in Plato's account, symbolizing humanity's fascination with lost knowledge and the impermanence of greatness. It remains a philosophical tale that inspires exploration, even if its historical basis remains unproven. Costa Rican stone spheres, symbols of a lost culture in Costa Rica's Dequis Delta and Isla del Cano. Hundreds of meticulously crafted stone spheres, ranging from a few centimeters to over 2 meters in diameter and weighing tons, have intrigued researchers since their discovery in the 1930s during land clearing for banana plantations. Made by pre-Columbian Chibchan-speaking groups, such as ancestors of the Baruca and Taraba, these spheres of granodiorite, gabbro, and limestone reflect exceptional craftsmanship. Crafting the spheres likely involved shaping river cobbles with stone tools, using methods like heating and cooling to flake off pieces, followed by grinding for near-perfect roundness, a process requiring immense skill and time. Their purpose remains unclear due to the absence of written records, but archaeological evidence suggests ceremonial or social roles. Some spheres were found in alignments or near structures, possibly marking status, territory, or celestial events, though their exact significance is debated. Many spheres were relocated, disrupting their original context and complicating interpretation. Early reports noted geometric patterns, but looting and dispersal have obscured these arrangements. Theories suggest they symbolized cosmic unity, power, or spiritual concepts, with their spherical shape evoking perfection. Modern research, including geological sourcing and tool mark analysis, indicates organized labor, hinting at structured societies. Designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the spheres are a national symbol of Costa Rica, drawing global interest and encouraging reflection on how ancient cultures expressed identity and belief through enduring art. Chinese tombs near Xi'an. Echoes of imperial grandeur around Xi'an, China, lie numerous ancient burial mounds, often called the Chinese pyramids, though they are earthen rather than stone like Egypt's pyramids, built to honor emperors, their families, and nobles. These mounds, possibly over 100 in number, symbolize the wealth and power of ancient Chinese dynasties, particularly from the Han Dynasty and earlier. Varying in size, many are now covered in vegetation, blending into the landscape, with access often restricted for preservation. These mounds, such as the mausoleum of the first Qin emperor with its famous terracotta army, feature underground complexes with chambers, artifacts, and treasures, though many were looted over time. Their construction, involving vast labor, often followed cosmological principles, reflecting beliefs in the afterlife and the emperor's divine role. The integration of natural elements, like trees on the mounds, aligns with Chinese ideals of harmony between humanity and nature. While their scale underscores the organizational prowess of these dynasties. Limited access has slowed research, but excavations reveal intricate burial practices, artistry, and governance. The terracotta army, discovered in 1974, exemplifies the sophistication of these tombs, with thousands of life-sized figures guarding the emperor. These mounds offer a glimpse into China's imperial past, highlighting the reverence for rulers and the cultural depth of ancient Chinese society, while inviting further study into their historical and spiritual significance. Reflections on ancient wonders, the Etruscan script, Atlantis myth, Costa Rican stone spheres, and Chinese tombs near Xi'an reveal the brilliance and complexity of ancient civilizations. Whether through lost languages, legendary tales, mysterious artifacts, or grand burial sites, these cultures challenge us to uncover their stories. What do these ancient marvels teach us about human creativity and resilience? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep exploring the secrets of history. Ancient enigmas. Chinese imperial tombs and the Hypogeum of Malta, the remnants of ancient civilizations, offer a glimpse into their beliefs, engineering, and rituals, often leaving behind mysteries that captivate modern researchers. From the imperial tombs near Xi'an, China, to the subterranean Hypogeum of Hal Saflieni in Malta, these sites reveal the ingenuity and spiritual depth of their creators, while posing enduring questions about their purpose and construction. Chinese imperial tombs, monuments of the afterlife near Xi'an, China, a collection of ancient burial mounds, often referred to as the Chinese pyramids, stands as a testament to the grandeur of imperial dynasties. These earthen structures, numbering possibly over 100, were built to honor emperors, their families, and nobles, primarily during the Han Dynasty and earlier periods like the Qin Dynasty. Unlike the stone pyramids of Egypt, these mounds are made of compacted earth, blending into the landscape with grass, shrubs, and trees covering their surfaces, and many remain restricted to visitors due to preservation concerns. These tombs reflect ancient Chinese beliefs in the afterlife, where emperors required possessions, servants, and even armies to accompany them. The most famous example is the mausoleum of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, featuring the terracotta army, thousands of life-sized figures discovered in 1974, symbolizing the emperor's military might. Other mounds, like the Maling Mausoleum of Emperor Wu of Han, are believed to house treasures of jade and precious metals, though looting over centuries and limited modern excavations leave much unknown. Historical records suggest Emperor Wu's tomb took decades to build, involving thousands of workers, highlighting the scale of these projects. The mounds were constructed using a stamped earth technique, layering and compressing soil and clay into a durable, concrete-like mass capable of withstanding China's harsh climate for over 2,000 years. This method demonstrates advanced engineering, with some mounds reaching heights of 40 meters. Inside, chambers held coffins and grave goods, often sealed to deter robbers, though many were breached. Some tombs reportedly contain booby traps, like crossbows or toxic mercury, especially in Qin Shi Huang's unexcavated mausoleum, adding to their mystique. A rumored Great White Pyramid, described by early 20th century travelers as a colossal structure, remains unconfirmed. Some speculate it was exaggerated due to lighting or chalky soil, while others believe it's hidden or protected by authorities. Satellite imagery and aerial surveys reveal a range of mounds, though erosion and natural formations complicate identification. Government policies prioritizing preservation over excavation due to concerns about damaging delicate artifacts like silk and wood mean many tombs remain unexplored, fueling speculation about hidden chambers and treasures. Ancient Chinese cosmology, including feng shui, influenced tomb placement, aligning with natural features like mountains and rivers to ensure harmony. These mounds, often accompanied by ceremonial paths, statues, and satellite tombs for consorts, reflect the emperor's enduring power beyond death. Partial excavations and non-invasive methods like ground-penetrating radar offer glimpses into their contents. But the balance between uncovering history and preserving it for future generations keeps these sites shrouded in mystery, embodying a civilization's reverence for its rulers and the afterlife. The Hypogeum of Malta, a subterranean sanctuary. On the island of Malta, the Hypogeum of Hal Saflieni, a subterranean complex carved into limestone, stands as one of the world's oldest underground structures. Dating to around 4000 BCE, discovered in 1902 during construction in Pala, this Neolithic marvel spans multiple levels, upper, middle, and lower, featuring chambers, corridors, and niches that suggest both a sanctuary and burial site. Its creators, part of a prehistoric Maltese culture, also built above-ground megalithic temples like Gigantija and Tarxene, indicating a sophisticated society. The Hypogeum's architecture is striking, with rooms of varying shapes, circular, elliptical, and rectangular, connected by passageways, creating a labyrinthine layout. Its design mirrors elements of Malta's surface temples, such as curved walls, suggesting a shared religious tradition. Red ochre paintings of spirals and dotted patterns adorn some chambers, possibly symbolizing life, death, or rebirth, themes often linked to ochre in ancient burial practices. The oracle room is notable for its acoustics, where low-frequency sounds resonate, potentially used in rituals to evoke emotional or spiritual responses. Artifacts like the Sleeping Lady figurine, a small statue of a reclining woman, and pottery shards hint at the cultural significance of female figures, possibly tied to fertility or spirituality. Thousands of human remains found across the chambers indicate the Hypogeum was a communal necropolis, used over generations, likely for ancestor worship or rites of passage. The builders' culture vanished around 2500 BCE, possibly due to environmental changes or resource scarcity, leaving their origins and decline a subject of ongoing research. Conservation efforts, prompted by damage to paintings from humidity changes, led to restricted access, with limited daily visitors and controlled conditions to preserve the site. Non-invasive techniques like 3D modeling and ground-penetrating radar have mapped the Hypogeum, revealing its evolution over time and potential undiscovered areas. The acoustic properties and local legends of hidden tunnels fuel fascination, though no evidence supports claims of vast underground networks. The Hypogeum likely served as a spiritual hub, bridging the living and the dead, offering a haunting glimpse into Malta's prehistoric past. Exploring ancient legacies. The Chinese imperial tombs and the Hypogeum of Malta highlight the diversity of ancient burial practices and spiritual beliefs. Whether through the monumental earthworks of China or the subterranean artistry of Malta, these sites reflect humanity's drive to honor the dead and connect with the divine. What do these ancient wonders reveal about our ancestors' values and ingenuity? Share your thoughts below, and let's continue unraveling the mysteries of the past. Timeless wonders. The Hypogeum of Malta and India's rock-cut temples ancient, Architectural marvels offer profound insights into the spiritual and cultural lives of past societies. The hypogeum of Hal Saflieni in Malta and India's rock-cut temples are exceptional examples, showcasing human ingenuity and devotion through structures carved directly into stone. These sites, steeped in history, continue to inspire awe and curiosity. The Hypogeum of Malta, a prehistoric sanctuary, the Hypogeum of Hal Saflieni, located on the island of Malta, is a remarkable underground complex dating back to around 4000 BCE, making it one of the oldest known subterranean monuments. Discovered in 1902 during construction in Pala, this UNESCO World Heritage Site spans multiple levels, upper, middle, and lower, featuring intricately carved chambers, corridors, and niches. It likely served as both a temple and necropolis, offering a window into the rituals and beliefs of Malta's Neolithic inhabitants, who also built above-ground temples like Kagantija. Carved into limestone, the hypogeum's design includes circular and rectangular rooms, with features mimicking surface temples, such as curved walls, suggesting a shared spiritual tradition. Red ochre paintings with spiral and dotted patterns adorn some chambers, possibly symbolizing cycles of life and death, common themes in ancient burial practices. The oracle room stands out for its acoustic properties, amplifying low-frequency sounds, which may have enhanced ceremonial experiences, creating an otherworldly atmosphere for rituals. Artifacts like the Sleeping Lady figurine, a small statue of a reclining woman, and pottery shards hint at the reverence for female figures, perhaps linked to fertility or spirituality. Thousands of human remains found throughout the complex indicate its use as a communal burial site over centuries, likely tied to ancestor veneration. The culture that built it vanished around 2500 BCE, possibly due to environmental shifts, leaving their origins a mystery despite their evident organizational skills. Conservation is critical due to the site's fragility. Humidity and visitor impact once threatened the ochre paintings, leading to restricted access. Only a small number of visitors are allowed daily under controlled conditions. Non-invasive methods like 3D laser scanning have mapped the hypogeum, revealing its structural evolution and potential hidden areas. While local legends speak of vast tunnel networks, no evidence supports this. But the hypogeum's haunting beauty continues to captivate, preserving the echoes of a lost civilization's spiritual life. India's rock-cut temples. Carved devotion. India's landscape is adorned with extraordinary rock-cut temples, showcasing the subcontinent's religious diversity and engineering prowess. These structures, carved directly from solid stone, span centuries and reflect the patronage of various dynasties, blending cultural, political, and spiritual influences. Notable examples include the Ajanta and Ellora caves in Maharashtra, alongside other sites like Elephanta and Mahabalipuram, each highlighting a rich tradition of monolithic architecture. The Ajanta caves, dating from the 2nd century BCE to the 6th century CE, are primarily Buddhist, featuring chaitya halls and viharas. Carved into basalt cliffs, they boast detailed murals and sculptures depicting Buddha's life and Jataka talis, with vibrant colors still visible despite centuries of exposure. Nearby, the Ellora caves represent Buddhist, Hindu, and Jain traditions, showcasing religious coexistence. The Kailasanath Temple, a Hindu masterpiece dedicated to Shiva, was hewn from a single rock, involving the removal of 200,000 tons of stone. Its multi-storied structure, adorned with mythological carvings, pillars, and spires, reflects the Rashtrakuta dynasty's devotion and ambition. Creating these temples required immense skill. Artisans used iron chisels and hammers, working from front to back, carefully carving chambers, pillars, and sculptures into cliff faces. Precision was crucial. Any error could compromise the structure, as there was no way to correct mistakes in solid rock. The integration of natural light, water features, and acoustics, such as resonant halls for chanting, highlights the builder's synergy with their environment. Murals and carvings, often depicting epics like the Ramayana, serve as historical records, revealing courtly life, fashion, and social customs. These temples reflect India's evolving religious landscape, from early Buddhist simplicity to later Hindu and Jain elaborations, symbolizing medieval pluralism. Conservation challenges include weathering, biological growth, and tourism impact, prompting regulated access and careful restoration. Modern technologies like 3D scanning offer non-invasive ways to study and virtually reconstruct these sites, preserving their legacy. Today, they remain active cultural spaces, hosting festivals and inspiring global research, standing as enduring symbols of India's spiritual and artistic heritage. Echoes of Eternity, the Hypogeum of Malta and India's rock-cut temples, reveal the depth of ancient devotion and craftsmanship, bridging the physical and spiritual through stone. From Malta's subterranean sanctuary to India's monolithic shrines, these sites remind us of humanity's timeless quest for meaning. What do these ancient creations tell us about our shared past? Share your thoughts below, and let's keep exploring history's enduring mysteries.